So we went to that auction and I bought a few things. Item number 1009, compressor will not build pressure, $4. Well guys, what we have here is a air compressor it's supposedly brand new. I've already opened the box and looked and peeked inside. I think it was a bring back. I think somebody bought it and it wouldn't work, so they brought it back to the Home Depot. It's the Anvil brand. Excuse me. It's a 2-gallon pancake air compressor with the 7-piece accessory kit. And I'm gonna go ahead and get it unboxed here, and we'll plug it in and just see what it's doing. Comes with one of those coily hoses. Excuse me. Here's the air compressor. One of the reasons I think that it's used is because it does have some sawdust on it, where somebody, I think, was maybe trying to do some construction or some hobby work or something. Here's the little 7-piece accessory kit. It's even got the instructions still with it. Got a parts list. Sometimes this air compressor is also labeled under HDX for the Home Depot brand. I've got it plugged in, so let's go ahead and turn it on. As we can tell, it's not pumping. If it is, it's just barely coming up off of the peg there. Right there. Let's go around and take all the screws out. Okay, let's kind of see what's going on here. Looks like a pretty simple design. Get you off the tripod here. It looks like a single stage compressor. And it's got a pressure switch, motor, and a pump. Where's the air filter? Or the intake? Weird. How do you get air to compress it is what I want to know. This is an oilless compressor, so if I take this side plate off, there should not be any oil in there. So let's go ahead and pop the crankcase cover off of this thing. Well, there's no filter in there. Well, as you can see, there's the connecting rod and the crankshaft. I guess the next step, let's pull the head off of this thing and see if we got something going on up in there. Go ahead and take off your pressure feed or your pressure hose tube. Wasn't very tight. Just unscrew that. See if you can pull this away. You may have to take it off down here, but it's just, see, yeah, it's easy enough. This is aluminum pipe, so be careful not to kink it. Let's go ahead on with the disassembly. It's a 4mm Allen. Boy, those weren't tight at all. That one had a little bit of torque to it. The neighbor just cranked his truck and he's headed to work this morning. Pull this off. Careful, there might be a spring or something. Okay. Cylinder head looks good. O-ring looks okay. Just make sure there's no blockages. I can see daylight behind there. Go ahead and remove the center plate with the check valve or reed valve. Just inspect it. You can actually probably put a pressure tester right here to see if it'll suck one way and blow the other. Let's try that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a piece of fuel line on my tester and basically just kind of shove that in the hole. Hopefully it won't blow it off. But what you want to do is set your tester to pressure, and it should blow air through it and not pump up. So that part of it's good. So let's set it to suction and see if it'll hold. And it's holding very, very well. Let's go ahead and look at this piston. And the first thing that I saw when I took the intermediate plate off, but it looks to me like a piece of silicone, and I'm thinking possibly from this, where it, they might have put just a little bit too much. This is factory. That's not an O-ring. That's like high temp RTV, and I think a piece of it flaked off and got underneath the reed valve. What do you think? Is that a manufacturer's defect? Yeah, probably. But I've actually seen steel weed eaters do the same thing. The backing plate is held on or sealed with Durco, and I've seen it flake off, go through the engine and get lodged in the spark plug and kill it. Let's go ahead and slide the cylinder off of this thing. Careful not to scratch it. Just remember your orientation. You don't want to put it on backwards because, well, you can't, because look, it's chamfered so you can slide it over the piston. But we're going to make sure we put it on the right way anyway. Here's a better look at the piston, and we can get down to the side of it, and that reed valve is sticking up pretty good. Let's go ahead and get this reed valve off and get that trash out of there. Boy, that thing was just barely on there too. Man, that would be some catastrophic crap if that screw would have came out of there. Look at there, 2 pieces. That reed valve's a little bit bent. I'm going to turn it over and see if it will seal up against there. It don't look very good right now. Once you tighten it down, it might be alright. What I'm going to do though, let me go over to my toolbox and get my Loctite. I'm going to Loctite this screw in. So it dawned on me is, how does this compressor get air to compress? And then it dawned on me how this works. Pretty ingenious. I don't know, I bet you could build a 2-stroke engine in this way. What it does, on top of the piston has that reed valve and a hole in the top of the piston. When this piston moves down and your cover is here, it creates a high pressure, or I guess you'd call it low pressure. And when this crankcase pressures up, when the piston is coming down, it forces that volume of air up through the reed valve, through the piston, and up through the intermediate plate, and then through this reed valve straight to the cylinder head, and then into the pipe. Very simple, but as you can tell, very vulnerable to debris since there is no filter. Here are your intake ports right here, and I'm sure you could probably alter those, maybe drill those out so it'll get more air, but I don't know if this thing is, you know, calibrated. It may not. You may actually hinder it in performance if you start messing with the holes, enlarging those and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get this cylinder back on here so I can have the piston more stable as I try to work on it here. Just get it at top dead center there, and now let's work on that reed valve. This reed valve was bent just a little bit. I'm gonna just kind of tweak it just an RCH, and I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna put it on there. I'm gonna put just a drop of red Loctite on this screw. Kind of get it lined up the best you can. This one don't have a locator like this one. See how this one's got, it sets in a saddle. It's sitting flat. Go ahead and push it down. cincher down. Go ahead and slide your center section on, and then the head gasket. Oh, it's got a notch here and then a peg there, so you can't get it backwards. And let's go ahead and tighten the screws. Kind of go in a crisscross pattern. That feels plenty tight right there. Go ahead and put our side cover back on. We'll see if she'll pump up. Alrighty guys, moment of truth. Cool. Hey guys, give me a thumbs up if this video helped you out. We got the air compressor going, and it wasn't all that much. Didn't cost a dime, and as you can tell, I only paid like $4 for it at the auction, and I don't need it, but for $4, it's good to have around. You can air it up, and if your lawnmower has a flat out in the middle of the yard, you could run out there and air it up real quick. You won't have to push the mower to the shop to air up the tire. Guess you could have a super long hose, but I'll just keep it around just to have it. But anyway guys, smash that subscribe button please, and share this video with all your buddies. We're going to be having a giveaway very, very soon, and I'm going to have some really nice items to give to y'all. But what we're going to do, we're going to have to make 50,000 subscribers first. I'm at 40 right now, which is a flippin' blessing, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. So share this video, let everybody you know that watches mechanic stuff on YouTube come on over to my channel please, and subscribe, and we're going to do a 50,000 subscriber giveaway very soon. So y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next video. More Medic 1. Have a great day.